Welcome to Coal Grove High School, where it's homecoming, and we're going to get started here in just a little bit. We're going to have the national anthem, and then we'll get started right here at the Master Stadium.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please remain standing and rise to join our Hornet band as we honor our country with the playing of our national anthem, and please remain standing for the invocation by Brooklyn Harmon.
Let us pray. Dear Lord, thank you for dying on the cross for our sins. I pray that you be with everyone tonight, athletes, coaches, cheerleaders, band members, and fans. Help us to remember to show good sportsmanship and keep all participants safe from injury. Watch over everyone as we travel home. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
So, guys, hopefully you all have had a great week. My name is Josh Weave. You've never joined us before. We certainly appreciate you coming on, hanging out with us here. Coal Grove has got a big matchup. It's homecoming. Had some pregame festivities. And now it's game time. We are about 6 minutes away from kickoff. I'll drop that down in here for you as we wait for the team to come out the gate. So right now, you're watching us on YouTube, watching us on Facebook. We appreciate you coming on, hanging out with us. We're available both places. If you're watching on YouTube, we will not be seeing your comments. On Facebook, we will.
This evening, Macy Gabehart, Brantley Shug, Caitlin Pointer, Reagan Dale, Christina Pritchard, CC, Elena Nipp, Aubrey Davison, Casey Boyer, Kayla Boyd, Trista Bridges, Brianna Spears, Brianne Cooper, Kylie Noble, Aubrey Griffin, Miranda Henry, Kaylin Geyer, Rodlin Bridges, Sophia Tackett, Annalie Haney, Audrian Haney, Sophia Worthington, Abby Webb, Azalea Rowe, Avery LaFawn, Emma May,
So Cody Chafin, Sherry Willis, Tammy Perry, Cody Chafin, thanks for coming on. That's kickoffs at 7 in 4 minutes from now. Let's see here. Brett Kleiber, Cindy Harmon, Cindy Jenkins, I'm sorry, I always get that wrong. Brandon Hicks is watching. I see Brandon right there. We've got a couple people here. Hey, Brett, how's it going? We've got a couple people here that we've got a couple people here, including Spencer Atkins from WOWK TV13. We'll get you some of that stuff over there. And so there you go. I'd say maybe one of the better weathermen in the area, but he's on tap for tonight with their cameras and crew, probably trying to pick up some highlights and things here with a couple of their guys. So we'll get started back with that here in just a second. As they're waiting for the team to come out and arrive. Debbie Lucas, how's it going? James Summers, good to see you. Made a few adjustments here, but if you guys can hit the, if you're watching side to side, there should be a share button right around that area right there. Go ahead and hit the share button for us while we get started. Let other people know what's happening going on here with some Hornet football coming up. So Hornets are going to face a tough OVC matchup here between the Panthers, and it's going to test them defensively. Chesapeake excels at some of the things that the Hornets' weaknesses are, so we'll see how those two things play. Early goings or earlier in the season by watching Chesapeake, they still like to hit that off tackle pretty hard, and Colgrove's pretty stout inside the tackles defensively, but offensively, Chesapeake likes to hit the off-tackle plays. So we'll see what happens if the Hornets can shore up their off-tackle, get the secondary playing up a little bit and run support and get those linebackers out of the way. Last couple games, or at least last game, it looks like we were in a 3-5-3 defense every once in a while. So we'll see if that helps things out. James Kelly, thanks for coming on. Debbie Massey, Nancy Grove, Lloyd Simpkins. You guys, if you tell us where you're tuning in from, let us know. Always like to hear that.
It is Friday night, and you are in the Grove. So are you ready for some football? The Rocks get ready to roll. Come Hornets!
So guys, are you guys ready for some football here tonight? We're live at LeMaster Stadium in Patterson Field for this homecoming matchup between the Hornets and the Panthers. We'll see what happens and what comes up here. And the first possession will go to the Hornets. Malachi Wheeler, Austin Stapleton, and Austin Storms back to receive the opening kickoff. We got 12 minutes on the clock.
Hornets will receive.
Hornets may have an uphill task, uphill battle here. For this blowout, I don't think anybody will complain.
Receive for the Hornets, number 10, Austin Storms.
But here we go. Deep kick. And that's going to be a touchback, and the Hornets will start this drive at the 20. So first and 10 from the 20-yard line for the Hornets. In pregame, Chesapeake had some really good kickers. They had a punter in pregame that was hitting 60 yards in the air, and of course that kickoff into the end zone, so that's anything to come.
The ball from their own 20-yard line.
At least their kicking game is on point. And Hornets are going to go into the I formation. Double wing. Probably a new set here. And Stapleton is going to get hit in the hole. I'm sorry, that might be Storms. No, that's Stapleton. Tries to get inside the tackle. Nothing there. He's going to be dropped for a loss of 2. Second and 12.
J.T. Henry.
And Chesapeake size inside. It looks like that's going to be the strength of their defense as well. So we'll see how long it takes if the Hornets try to work that a little bit earlier in the game, or see if they try to spread some things out. Right now, Borders goes into the gun pistol formation. Handoff to Stapleton, and Stapleton's going to be dropped again right at the line of scrimmage, maybe for a short loss, a loss of about a half a yard or a yard, and it's going to be 3rd and 13. Hornets going the wrong direction here to start this game.
Bring up 3rd down and 12.
Hey, John Sires, Kerry Ellis, Scott Lewis, Becky Miller, thanks for coming on hanging out. Jason Collins and Chad Kelly, Chuck Wheeler, Bethy Brown, John Large, thanks for coming on and hang out with us here tonight. Hornets go to the shotgun formation, trips out to the far side. And nothing doing. And Borders is going to be sacked for a loss, and Hornets in the negative column with no positive yards on this first possession. And it's going to be a 3 and out, and the punt team is going to come on the field. Not a good start for the Hornets here on homecoming. Let's see if they can get things turned around and force a 3 and out of their own.
Punting for the Hornets, number 10, Austin Storms.
Austin Storms back to punt. The punt is off, and the punt is short. But it does get a Hornet roll down to the 42-yard line, and the Panthers have good field position there between the 41 and 42. Donnie Ray Holbrook watching here from Patterson Field. Well, welcome. You're going to see a little bit of a delay unless you go over to YouTube. If you go to YouTube, it's pretty close to being real time, but if you're watching on Facebook, it is a little bit of a lag. And it looks like there's going to be a penalty. I'm not for sure what the personal foul. Looks like a personal foul in Chesapeake was the call. So there was a flag. There was a flag on the play. So that's going to back that up 15 yards to the 28. Yeah, they're about 27, 28. So not a good start for the Panthers either. Of course, the Hornets will take that one. And it's 1st and 10 from the 28, so Hornets helped out there by a penalty. Tight formation, handoff up the middle, up to the 30. He's going to pick up about he's going to pick up about 3, 2.5, 3, and it's going to be second down and about 7.
Cameron Harless. Stop money by number 53, Reese York.
Adams County refereeing games. Referring games. I'm assuming you mean refereeing, but what's up, Jimmy Jackson? How you doing?
30.
James Christian, good to see you. Mark McCown, always good to see you as well. Second down coming up here under center, hands off to the fullback. Pitch out, and he's going to pick up another 2 yards. It's going to be third down and about 5
Harless, stop made by number 24, Joe Abrams.
for the Panthers.
We'll bring up third down.
So big third down play here. This is when we need the press box to get on our audio and start playing the bells. But Chesapeake going to be up on the line quick. Hand the ball outside, going wide side of the field. Missed tackle right there. Finally tackled, but not until after the first down comes, and they're up to the 43-yard line. It's going to be a Panther first down.
30, Austin Stapleton. That is a Chesapeake first down.
I mean, with the wide side of the field is always going to be your strong side, and the Panthers are going no huddle.
First down 10 from the 43.
Hornets in a 40 front. Looks like a 50 front is what the Hornets are in. Hand off, wide side right. And he's going to pick up at least 5, 6. He's going to be up 8. It's going to be 8 on first down. It's going to be second and about 2 coming up. Gains 9, actually second and 1
second down
coming up.
And 1 after a gain of 9.
Mayor Ferguson, Shane DeCreamy, thanks for coming on. Jim Zorns, and again, talked very early in the game that the outside edges is where we were going to cause problems, and that's what they like to do, and that one's right up the middle, and you can see that's going to be in there for a loss of 1, so third and 2 coming up, but the outside edges is where our secondary, our corners, have to step up and play in the run game, and are probably going to have to drop back into a 4-4, maybe that 3-5-3 in order to eliminate that edge game, because I don't think that the up the middle is going to cause us problems, but that edge will. Third and 2 coming up. Motion, handoff right up the middle of the fullback, and he's going to be up. Depends on the spot. The spot shows him short, but it's going to be close. And he's going to be spotted. He's going to be spotted a yard this near side official. So they pick up 3 on the play, and it is a first down.
And the ball is at the Hornet 46.
Chesapeake adjusting to the defense, depending on where the defensive alignments are, and that's going to be
there's a flag on the play.
Offsides. So neutral zone infraction on the offense. Let's go back them up 5 yards, and they'll do it again. At least with these nice shiny white hash marks, it's not that hard to be able to mark off the penalty. You've ever been up to Fairland or something like that when they didn't repaint the lines? It's practically impossible. Shotgun formation now, something different here for the Panthers, and that's going to be a quarterback keeper, and their quarterback is shifty and he's quick. And on first down, he's going to pick up, it looks like about 11. It's going to be second down and 4, and Hornet defense just being gashed right now. 7:37 left to go here in the first quarter. Hey, Jane Holycross, thanks for coming and hanging out here. Chris Mount, always good to see you. Another Hornet alum.
Ball to Hornet 39.
And it's going to be a timeout Hornets, and a very well taken timeout because they're on their heels right now. And they need a little bit of strategy work right now.
$5 for an arm length. Again, that's a split the pot tickets.
So, guys, at the conclusion of today's game, we're starting something new. Started it last year, completely forgot about last week, but Rainey's Beef Jerky. If you haven't seen it or haven't had it before, fantastic, locally made. And we're going to have a Rainey's Beef Jerky player of the game. So whoever is the player of the game, I'll put this out here, will get a handy bag here. Rainey's beef jerky. You're making me crazy. I actually don't know what that means, but hey, that's one of their flavors that they can use. And we'll have Rainey's beef jerky player of the game coming up, and we would appreciate you guys as you watch. You can nominate your favorite player for player of the game.
Second down 3. Ball at the Hornet 39.
Second down and 3 coming up here for the Hornets. A shotgun formation. It's going to be a pass all the way. A short pass that's incomplete. It's going to be third down and 3. Normally on a second and 3, you'd want to go long, but no good there. Hey, Linda Pemberton, thanks for that. Tammy, if you can't hear me, then you probably can't hear me tell you to refresh it. But hey, it is what it is. So, like I said, if you guys want to nominate a player as you're watching for Rainey's Beef Jerky Player of the Game, put it in the comments, and we'll try to do that. Again, we'll do that later on in the game. Back to double wing, handoff right up the middle, and he's gashed, and everybody just stopped running. That's secondary, and Chesapeake is in for the touchdown, but the secondary just quit. Everybody in the secondary. It wasn't any one individual person, so secondary, Coach Luke is shaking his head, not going to be happy about that one. And that's one of those off-tackle runs that has been giving us problems all year. And there'll go be some big adjustments. Hopefully those adjustments are made before we get into the halftime locker room.
Holding for the extra point.
7:11 left to go here in the first quarter.
Attempting the extra point, number 8, Brady Wilson.
Snap is down, up, and it looks to be good.
Try for extra point is good. With
7:11 in the first quarter. Chesapeake 7, Hornet 0. The Hornets are going to have to get onto things here and get back to executing. Yep, completely untouched. Rick couldn't agree with you more. And whenever you go back, and I don't know, you guys may, I can't on my side, but you guys may be able to go back and actually rewind that now. Actually, let's see if we can do that or not. No, it doesn't look like we can. Sometimes you can go back and you can rewind stuff. But it doesn't look like that's... doesn't look like that is the case. Austin Storms, Malachi Wheeler, and Austin Stapleton back. To receive the kickoff.
Number 2, Malachi Wheeler, and number 30, Austin Stapleton.
Chesapeake set, ready to kick. They've got a big kicker.
Going to Austin Storms.
Storms gets a good run. He spins out, and he's going to be up past the 35, and he's going to be up to about the 38. Hornets start off with good field position. 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line.
Will be first down 10 Hornets. Stop was made by number 8, Brady Wilson.
Oh, you can rewind it on the YouTube channel. Okay, well, there you go, guys. For you guys that want to rewind it and take a look at it there, you can get some instant replays if you want to, and you're going to see whenever they got past it, it all seemed to quit. Borders under center, hands off to Stapleton. Probably a 2-trap would be my guess based on the direction he was going. He's going to pick up about 3, and it's going to be 2nd and 7. And
number 53, Alec Dement.
Hornets are going to have to show that they can put on a sustained drive here.
Second down, 6.
Borders back under center. Twins far side. Single receiver this side. Right up the middle, and he's going to be up. Looks like Stapleton. Is that Stapleton? Yep. Going to be up. Picks up another 4 yards. It's going to be 3rd and long, 2 short 3. Angie Hayes, Brenda McMillan, Erica McKenzie, Patricia Heyman, Mike Wilburn. Thanks for coming on and hanging out with us here tonight. It's 3rd and 3 coming up here. 6:05 left to go here in the first quarter.
It'll be 3rd down 3.
Chesapeake is up 7-0 early in this homecoming game, and Hornets trying to get back on track and try to get their first down. That's going to be
flag on the play.
That's going to be a penalty on the Hornets. Probably a false start.
Offsides.
Offsides. Let's go back them up 5, and that's going to make it 3rd and 8 here for the Hornets.
Remain 3rd down.
And they're in a hole. Hornets went 3 and out the first drive. And so far, they're primed to do it again. Hey, Elder Robinson, watching all the way from Lake Mary, Florida. We'll welcome Patricia Heyman, watching from Atlanta. Hey, cousin Cole Hillier. How's it going? Ryan Brown. Good to see you. Shotgun formation for Borders. Is pass all the way. Borders high on the slant, but Hicks can't pull it in. And Hornets are going to have to punt. It's another 3 and out.
Incomplete. Will bring up 4th down.
And offensively, Hornets just not in sync, and hopefully they get things going before it ends up being too late, because the defense is going to have to keep them in the game until the offense gets things going. Hey, Kimberly Haas, watching all the way from Lee, Maine.
Need to receive for the Panthers, number 2, Logan Wall.
Stapleton back, Storms back to back. We got 2 Austins in the backfield. Austin Storms to punt. That one knuckleballs in, takes a Hornet roll. Down inside to 30 and almost to the 20. It's going to be first down for the Panthers right outside the 20.
Storms get rolling dead at the Chesapeake 21.
Hornets getting some good field position out of their punter, but rather get good field position out of the kicker after a touchdown. But hey, it is what it is, and we'll get there. Hey, Pam Holmes, Brenda McMillan, you're so welcome. So far, all of my I'm trying to will them to a first down, and it's not working yet. So we'll keep on it here. Looks like another penalty, another personal foul against Chesapeake, and that would be half the distance to the goal. So they're going to start the drive right outside the 10. That's a second. Interesting.
First down 10 from the Chesapeake 11.
Under center, handoff outside. And he's going to have a 40-yard run down to the 50-yard line.
Number 4, Jaron Hicks.
And I'll continue to do my best to be positive, but that's that same play. And you're going to have to make some adjustments on your defensive front. They're going no huddle. And Hornets are completely out of sort. Let's see what's happening here. Officials' time. Warren, Hawaii. I hope that means Ohio, because Hawaii, I'm a little bit jealous here for this. Handoff is outside, wide side of the field. Missed tackle, another missed tackle. And horse collar tackle. That's going to be a penalty. Yeah, but it saves a touchdown. You take the horse collar for the touchdown, but the secondary should be getting their hind ends ripped because they're beating us on the same play, just running it to the wide side of the field. So that ball is going to be downside halfway to the field as we go first and goal from the 3-yard line.
Horse collar.
Easy call to make, but that's the kind that you do take that penalty whenever it saves a touchdown. But right up the middle untouched, and he's going to score.
Number 5.
And Hornets don't even look like they're putting up a fight.
That's a Chesapeake touchdown.
And now quick. It's 4 minutes and 43 seconds left to go here in the first quarter, and it's already 13-0, pending the extra point. And it may be.
Thinking the extra point will be Brady Wilson.
Well, Hornets defense have got to get in line. That's a pit, and it's good. So
for extra point is good with 4:43 remaining in the
that's our first quarter, guys. And hopefully this is not an indicative of a route being on, because you scored twice in 8 minutes. You got 2 3-and-outs on your offense, and that play consisted of 2 40-yard plays. So that means your offense and your defense isn't playing well. You may be set up for a long game. Hey, Mitch Crum, how's it going? Jimmy Jackson, Jim. I'm going to try to stay positive as much as what I can. There's definitely some things that need to be adjusted quickly that I don't believe can wait till halftime. So hopefully the coaching staff can go ahead and get on top of that, or whatever adjustments need to be made, whether that's personnel or scheme. It's time to go ahead and get those things in motion, because if we wait till halftime, we could be down 28 or 35-0. You'll probably see offensively. You'll probably see a little bit of a different call coming out here, and trying to use a short intermediate passing games and getting people out, getting the ball out to their playmakers. That's an interesting kick formation for the. And Wheeler's going to take it, and he's going to be up past the 30, and the Hornets will start that drive on roughly the 31.
First down 10 Hornets.
So first and 10, we'll see what this drive is going to bring, and so we see any adjustments. By the way, guys, if you feel like that we're being negative and all that stuff, we're just, listen, when things go bad, it's going to be negative because they're bad. And under center, Twins out to the right and handoff right up the middle to Stapleton. Stapleton is going to have the ball past the 50. Big play of his own. And Hornets into Panther territory, and that's the kind of big thing that Hornets need to try to get some momentum going. And the Big Mo. I don't know what happened to our.
The first down 10 for the Hornets from the Chesapeake 48.
I don't know what happened to our clock here. Oh. Want to get our clock back out here for us. And that same play call, I guess if you pick up 20, you just run the same play. So, it's.
Made by number 44, Justice Hutchinson.
Clock decided that it didn't want to stay. We'll get the clock back fixed here in just a second, guys, when people get up and rowdy and going. And
30, Austin
that one, the line not getting it done here. Penetration into the backfield. He's going to lose 2, 3rd down and 8.
It'll be 3rd down 7 from Chesapeake 45.
So 3rd and 7 from almost the 45 coming up. Shotgun formation here for the Hornets. Snap. Borders backs up. Throws the ball way down field. Storm is going to bring in the catch. No, he was out of bounds. He was out of bounds, and it'll be 4th and 7. But again, that's one of those things that we talk about this all the time. is that you have underneath guys, you need 7 yards. You don't need 40 yards. So you got to look at your guys underneath who are open, and we have plenty of athletes to get the ball to. And that's the strategy that you got to use. So hopefully they use that for a coaching moment to say, you know, if it's 3rd and 7, your first priority is to pick up the 7. So we'll see. So after the big play, Hornets not able to get anything going there. And that punt is going to roll back in, be downed inside of the 20. Looks like right around the 11. And it's going to be first down and 10 for the Panthers.
Be first down 10, Chesapeake.
Yeah, Lloyd, looks like it's going to be another loss. Listen, here's the cool part.
And we'll put the ball in play.
You got 3/4 of football. You got a lot of football left to play. So I won't say this. I think it's way too early to make that assessment. But, I think it's early enough to know that our game plan isn't working. That one was ran up the middle, and it's going to be there for a short gain for 1 or 2. And those kind of plays, I'm inside the tackles. I'm not too terribly concerned about our defense. We've got a solid line. We've got some good backers in the middle. It's those off tackle plays where we may not have as much speed at the linebacker position. So you've got to rely on more of your corners to be able to come into run support, and they're not getting the job done right now. This going to the short side of the field. Cut back. Hornets out of position, and there's going to be a penalty, and that's going to bring that back.
Number 4, Will Todd. However, there is a flag on the play.
And that's going to come back as a flag on the play for a block in the back. And it's going to be a personal foul. It was kind of a cheap shot, it looked like. It was completely out of the play. But we'll see what happens here. Personal foul, crackback block against the offense, and that's going to back him up 15 yards from the 50. So ball will be placed right around the 35. It'll be a first down from the 35, but still. That one's coming back and going. So, but that kind of stuff right there. Defensive end actually had him in the background, but sometimes whenever you're not getting a lot of real speed, practice time, your timing is going to be completely off, and that's, I think, what you're seeing on that. Defensive end should have had him, or that outside backer, depending on what they're calling that position. And if he doesn't have him, then the corner should have been right there. But plays up the middle. It's going to be a backwards pass. And Joe Strange does able to get onto his back, or Joe Abrams, I apologize. And it's going to be second down and 8 or so. But the secondary, again, is going to have to step up in this game and make open field tackles because they're going to be attacking those outside edges. The ends could do a better job stepping up and holding their ground and trying to force it inside a little bit more. But if they get to the outside, they're trying to attack those corners. And well, you can see the results so far.
Number 5, Cameron Hollis. That might be number 24, Joe Abrams. To be Chesapeake first down.
That's going to be an offsides. That's going to back him up 5 yards.
Start being assessed against Chesapeake, 5 yards. Will remain first down.
Well, I don't think there's anything embarrassing in terms of, if you're getting outmatched, then that's one thing. We're not getting outmatched right now. We're just out of position. It's a discipline thing, and the kids, we do have a young secondary, and they're trying to figure it out. But 5 games in, you got to put it in. That was spread out up the middle. He's going to be up to the 25, maybe marking him at the 26, but it's going to be second down and about 5. Pick him of about 10 yards. Hey, Brett Kleiber, wrong channel.
From the Hornet 26.
Jimmy, we do still have some of those C's left. If you want one, just let me know, and we can ship it out to you or whatever. Under center is a counter play. And that's going to be right at the first down marker. It looks like it's going to be a first down.
Start maybe number 5, Jaron Hicks.
And they're going to say it's third down.
The first period of play after 1 period. Chesapeake 14, Culver 0.
So, I should get the flag off the play. That's what it looks like after 1. 14-0. Panthers are driving. It's a long sustained drive, and the Hornets defense just, they did not show up to play as it stands right now. Let's hope that the second quarter brings something different. Hey, Steve Crum, how's it going? Melissa Landers, James Noble, Jeff Hamilton, good to see you. Bubba Wood. It's homecoming, and if anything else, Hornets got to step back into play here. And I think what you're seeing is more a result of undisciplined positioning. That guys are not playing the technique the way that they're supposed to be playing. And of course, the coaches, they can put you in the right spots as far as the strategy and the scheme goes. But you still got to execute. If you don't execute it, these are the kind of things that you get. As I see it, there's 2 parts of football. There's the coaching aspect of it, and then there's the execution part. And the execution is all in the players. Realistically, when you get right down to it, if you're executing well, you should never, any style of offense or defense or anything, if you're playing the techniques right, it's going to work. Hornets just had to get back to working their technique. Mr. Darrell Humphreys, good to see you. David Deerfield, good to see you. Betty Hanshaw.
Third down and 1.
Third down and 1 here. That's going to be right in the middle, and that's what it is. And he's going to get it, it looks like.
Logan Walsh.
He's going to get it from about 1 yard. It's going to be first down.
Made by number 32.
Hit him in the backfield, but you got to be able to take him down in the backfield.
It will be a Chesapeake first down.
So first down and 10 here, double wing. And if you didn't know, Coach Todd Nipp is the head coach at Chesapeake now. Old Rock Hill coach, and he's still staying with that double wing formation Chesapeake has always known. He didn't try to install his own system, just went with what they already knew, and it seems to be working out. Gain of 5, second down and 5 coming up.
Second down 5 from the Hornet 15.
Yeah, I think we had a couple people over the last couple weeks that said we were being overly negative of the kids or whatever. And I want you to understand, if you're watching, I'm not being negative of the kids. It's just there's a execution standpoint and a coaching standpoint and execution standpoint. And whenever it's a coaching issue, they should be called out on it. Whenever it is a execution standpoint, you're out of position or whatever, that is something that you can talk about. Anybody who's watching can make that assessment. Hey, Adam Fuller, Mike Huff, good to see you. Hey, Mr. James Reed.
From the Hornet 13.
Hopefully you're doing well, pal. It's 3rd and 3 here. Hornets can stand up. It's going to be a pitch outside. And that's going to be a flag. Probably a holding would be my guess. He's going to be close. It's probably a four down territory anyway. But usually when it's inside like that, it's usually holding. We'll see what it is. Of course, Hornets going to back him up. It's a chop block is what it is, which means whenever they are, one of the linemen was engaged with somebody else and then somebody else came in and cut them from the backside. And that's going to cost them, I think, 15 yards is what that is. I'm not for sure. Maybe only be a 10-yard penalty. We'll see where they stop. And, yeah, it's a 15-yarder. So it's going to be 3rd down and long here for the Panthers. And Hornets, if they can't get a stop here, I don't know what else they're going to do whenever they've got 3rd and it looks like about 18.
It'll be 3rd down, 14.
3rd and 16 is what they got on the board. Looks a little bit longer than that. Richendaler is quick and shifty. Missed tackle. He's going to have the 1st down.
Number 14, Donald Richendaler.
And again, all
number 10,
head coach Jay Lucas can do is just kind of throw his hands up and what do you do?
1st down.
And that is a prime example. Looks like they're gonna measure for it, but that's a prime example of needing, you had 4 or 5, at least 3 guys that had the ability to make the play, and they didn't make the play. That's execution. It's looks like it's a timeout for a measurement. And it looks like it's gonna be short, maybe. If it's not short, it's so close. 1st down.
Chesapeake 1st down following the measurement.
Hey, Kathy Payne, 14-0 is the score right now.
1st down and goal from
Chesapeake.
the Hornet 10.
Hey, Miss Sue Wheeler, how's it going? I saw Kathy earlier. And we'll get it back going here. So it's 10 minutes left to go here in the 2nd quarter. 1st and goal. Hornets have him wrapped up. Now, this is where the field gets shrunk a little bit. Reese York in there on that tackle. Hopefully it does things a little bit better for the Hornet defense here.
53, Reese York.
Yeah, I think, Brenda, I think that you would be accurate. I think that they need to focus a lot more on some tackling drills here. Richendaler is going to be in the shotgun. It's a bubble screen is what they throw it out to. And there's at least 2 missed tackles. And they're going to be up to the 5-yard line, right outside the 5 to the 6. So a pickup of about 4 yards or so.
Number 56, Justin Castle.
That's going to be 3rd down and goal. They're going no huddle. It's going to be twins out to the left. Shotgun formation. Watching the run by.
Number 4, Will Todd.
And 3rd down. It looked like the halfback. It looked like a halfback. He took the ball and it looked like he was going to throw the ball, but it's 4th and 6. And they're running, the quarterback's run all the field, so my best guess is here it's going to be a field goal attempt. And with the way that they were kicking the ball off, that doesn't surprise me. Yeah, Pete does have a shifty back, but you got to come in, you hit him. That's the one thing that, in youth league ball, that's what we always preach, man. Even when you're undersized, you come in and you can out-hit people. That one's good.
Field goal is good with 8:03 remaining in the 1st.
So it's not 21. Hornets hold him to a field goal. I don't know if that's a moral win or not. At least it wasn't a long touchdown. Of course, earlier in that drive, the touchdown been called back, but 17-0. Hornets still have a lot of making up to do. Now it's time that the offense has to come out and execute. Mikey, secondary issues. That's where I would start with. secondary issues in the run game. So I see that the Brett, your autocorrect, victim of the autocorrect there. But yet, listen, holding them to a field goal is not giving up the TD is a step in the right direction. There's 8:01 left to go here in the first half. Hornets have only had one first down. So we'll see if they go with this crazy look kickoff.
Kicking for Chesapeake, number 8, Brady Wilson.
And they don't kick out of that one. Last time they kicked out of that bundled up group.
Kick on for number 2, Malachi Wheeler.
And he's going to have the ball up to about the 32-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 32 for the Hornets.
Number 35, Ian Hicks.
So,
first down 10 for the Hornets.
I think that they've tried to. Teach them a different style of tackling. That they're just where you see a lot of arm tacklings. I can tell you, Malachi will come back and like, well, I can't tackle how I used to. Well, yeah, that's probably why they're missing a lot. And 7:55 left to go here. Hornets going tight. Quarterback under center. It's going to be a 2-trap, and that's what it is. And it's going to be a nothing to no gain. Gain of a couple. And Hornets are going to have to be not so conservative. They've got to pick up They got to pick up more yards than that on first down. Hey, Joyce.
It'll be 2nd down 9 from the Hornet 33.
And Hornets going back in that tight formation. It's an I-9. It's going to be a pitch outside. Storm's trying to read. Makes a nice little cut. He's going to be up past the 41. Good 2nd down gain. It's going to be 3rd and short. 3rd and 1 or so is what it looks like.
Stop by the number 5, Cameron Harless.
Hey, Nikki Bentley, how are you? Good to see you on. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us here.
It'll be 3rd down 1.
Hornets trying to get their second first down here of the game. And it looks like they're prepping for a little 2-trap right up the middle. We'll see if that's going to be the play call. And that's what it is. And Stapleton's going to have it. When you do have a back like Stapleton and you got 1 yard to go, usually can get you your yard. That's going to be a Hornet first down, second one of the game, and Hornets trying to get back on the map here. Actually, I take that back. That would be the 3rd first down of the game because we just had one. My apologies.
It'll be 1st down 10 for the Hornets. The ball at their own 48.
Storms giving the ball right up the middle. He's going to pick up about 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6 coming up. 6:09. Hornets are running plays back in and out instead of using their wristbands.
2nd down 6.
I'd like to see him pick up the pace just a little bit to keep the Panthers off guard. When you give them a lot of time to regroup, it makes it a heck of a lot easier, but see how it's going. 2 back, power formation, and that's going to be a design quarterback run, which Borders are going to pick up 2 or 3, but those design quarterback runs have just not provided much in the way of yardage all year long. So it's going to be 3rd down and about 3 coming up.
70, Hunter Blackburn. Number 44, Justice Hutchison. It'll be 3rd down and 3.
And this is usually,
45.
We'll see if we get a 2-trap here or something like that. Something that's inside the tackles, and they're gearing up for it in the box, if you can see that. And it's right up, and he's not going to make it.
Number 30, Austin Stapleton.
He'll be close, though. But if he's given a generous spot.
Made by number 44, Justice Hutchison. Will bring up 4th down.
And that.
No, it's correction. That is a Hornet first down.
So Hornets pick up first down. Got a good generous spot on that. And it's going to be first down. Clock rolling. 5 minutes left to go here.
It'll be first down 10 for the Hornets. From the Chesapeake 42.
One thing that Colgrove has always been able to do is out-hit people. And I think that's you got to out-physical people. And even if you don't have the size, it's going to be a throw all the way. And he just throws it up to Hicks. Hicks catches it. And he's going to have the ball inside the 10-yard line. Hicks had to make a good play on that one because he had somebody riding on his back. And the ball was floated way up there. He was open whenever he threw the ball, but the ball was thrown so high in the air it allowed the defender to come back and catch back up.
First down and goal for the Hornets from the Chesapeake 8-yard line.
Ball's given right up the middle to Stapleton. He'll have it inside the 5, right up to looks like the 2-yard line between the 1 and 2. And it's going to be second and goal.
It'll be second down and goal from the Chesapeake 2-yard line.
Trick him and run 43 trap this time. I'm sorry, that's funny stuff. From the 1-yard line, let's see if the Hornets can punch it in. Down under center is Borders. He'll take the snap, hand off to Stapleton. Stapleton walks in. So Hornets able to stick one in before halftime. 3:56 left to go here on the back of a big pass play where Borders is connecting to Jaron Hicks. And they're going to go for 2 here. Snap by Borders. It's a quarterback run, and he's in. That counter, and that's good.
With 3:56 remaining in the first half, Chesapeake 17, Colgrove 8.
3:56 left to go here until halftime. Chesapeake 17, Hornets 8. So there's some positive momentum that you need, and you're getting back into it. But again, of the passing, I'd like to see Borders be able to use his underneath receivers a little bit more because he's got a lot of openings in his underneath receivers to get him to the good players with a lot of green in front of him that isn't near as risky. So we'll see how that moves along here in the game. A lot of times we've been running, kind of doing whatever we can do in the first half, and then the second half we come out and it's completely different. So that 2-point conversion play was a good play call. Again, we hadn't been able to do much with those design quarterback runs, but it was that little counter play where he rolled back out and rolled right into the side and it was wide open.
Great play for Chesapeake.
Matriculating the ball down the field, boys. That's funny.
Cameron Harris kicking for the Hornets.
So in for the first time, J.C. Dameron to kick off. A little squib kick up the middle. And that one backfired on him. The squib kick is, and there are no flags, I believe. There's no flag, so, and that was that's happened a couple times this year, but that probably should just kick the ball. And that's I think that's a strategic miscalculation there on the coaching staff. And of course, it's our first kickoff of the game too, and now they've got the ball inside the red zone. down inside the 15-yard line down to the 13. So it's 1st and 10 from the 13 for Chesapeake. Todd Nip is the coach.
From the Hornet 13.
I guess his system wouldn't work out Rock Hill. And attacking the outside, and again, secondary.
Number 5, Cameron Harless.
Secondary is out of position, and that was a corner play all the time, and they'll continue to attack those corners until we decide to do something about it. And that's going to hurt people. That's going to hurt people's butt. But if they continue to not make adjustments in the secondary, they'll continue to attack. So, it's all well and good that we put up 8 points, but in 2 plays, we're back down. It's 23-8, pending the extra point.
Pending the extra point, number 8, Brady Wilson holding. Number 12, Thomas Sentz.
Kick is up and good.
The kick for extra point is good. With 3:38
so,
remaining in the first
a couple
half.
seconds later, 24-8.
Chesapeake 24, Coburg 8.
Hey, Daniel Ray Click, how's it going? Yeah, Mikey, we'll keep trying. Again, we'll keep trying, but coaching staff can't wait till halftime to start making adjustments, and it does not appear like there's been any adjustments made to the secondary because they continue to do the same thing. And when, they're not throwing the ball, so, and perhaps, and I haven't taken a look, so we'll take a look the next time that we're on defense, but
DPC for the Hornets, number 10, Austin Storms, number 30, Austin Stapleton, number 2.
it would probably be good to take a look. And if we've got 4 secondary out, it may be a good time to bring in an extra linebacker. Oh, I don't think that there's any doubt that there's a lot of good people, Sherry. I just, he just never could really get the job done as far as a win at Colgrove or at Rock Hill. So 3:38. Chesapeake sets to kick the ball off.
8, Brady Wilson kicking for Chesapeake.
The ball's going to Wheeler.
Number 2, Malachi Wheeler.
And he has the ball up to about the 30, 28,
First down 10.
27, something along those lines. That's going to be first down. Yep, that's okay. We can say, hey, you know what? Maybe we should say a good prayer at halftime either way.
First down 10 from the...
And Hornets are going to go into the I formation here. Borders under center, takes a snap, hands off up the middle for a gain of about 1.5. Second down and 9.
10, Austin Storms. Stop made by number 53, Alec DeMint.
Hey, Lisa, again, defensive execution.
Down 8. Ball's at the Hornet 30.
Probably a little bit of offensive execution as well because, that's just probably what it is. Back to the I formation. Borders under center. He's going to take the snap, pitch out. And Austin Stapleton not able to secure the block on the end. And pick up another 2 yards. It's 3rd and 7.
It'll be 3rd down and 6. Ball at the Hornet 32.
So one thing that you guys can watch for from an execution standpoint is watch for how many guys are sticking on their blocks. Watch, if they're blocking, that's what you can watch for first of all to see how things are going. Borders under center, takes a snap, handoff and had a guy wide open. There should be a trap guy right there, and he was left wide open. Nobody blocking him. And Chesapeake's going to take a timeout with 2 minutes. And Hornets pick up another 2 or 3. So it's going to be 4th down at about 3. So pick up 3 on the game. And Hornets are really just being outplayed and at this point, outplayed and outcoached. If we're not making adjustments and we're still trying to beat the same horses, or the same offense, that's an issue for not making adjustments quick enough.
Robbie McQuay and Jada Smith. The advisor is Amy Lucas, and let's not forget our hard-working mascot, Julia Lemaster.
Punt team will go out to punt this ball away. 2:03 gives Chesapeake plenty enough time at this stage to probably put another score on the board. If we have the same defense, and it would appear that if these adjustments aren't being made, that maybe there are no adjustments to be made. But running the ball up the middle on a 3rd and 6, probably not the best play call that could have been put in place, really. Considering there's been one play that's gone for over 10 yards, but most of them has been about 3 yards. So from a tendency standpoint, looking at the analytics, you can't expect more than a couple yards from that. Good punt by Storms. It's going to be returnable.
Number 5, Cameron Harless.
And special teams not getting the job done now. And he's going to have it down inside the 30-yard line, past the original line of scrimmage marker. So one of the things that you may want to do is that you might just want to go for it on 4th down from now on. Yeah, I hate Mel. Well, you're right, Lisa. We should probably cheer, but if you were here, there's not a lot to cheer for. I think everybody's waiting for the homecoming festivities. Minute 45 left to go here in the second quarter. Hornets just trying to keep Chesapeake off the board here. And it's going to be a counter, and they're going to be up, missed tackle, and touchdown.
Number 4, Will Todd, is in for the touchdown.
And again, so the route's on, folks, and yeah, so does the radio announcer. Instead of trying to coach from the press box. I'm actually not in the press box, so I don't know if you're referring to me. And that's going to be a penalty. A holding is what it looks like since it's 10 yards, and that's going to be a timeout. Timeout Hornets. But not entirely sure what you mean, Brian, but
We have a timeout called by one officially. That's their second in the first half. It'll be first down 20. Ball's at the Hornet 40.
yeah, and besides, Ryan, usually radio announcers don't cheer.
Next Friday night,
So I'm just
7 p.m.
pointing that out.
The Ironton Tigers. The Hornets will be traveling to
See you, Mikey.
for a 7 p.m. game with the Trojans.
I'd say from a positivity standpoint, guys, if you don't, you don't like bad things or negative things or whatever, I appreciate you guys tuning in and hanging out with me, but I could not say anything and it would still be, what it is. So the point is, the kids got to execute. They're the ones who've got to tackle, and execution is the name of the game. So next week, I would certainly have them. I would be having them on tackling drills, and I think that's the only thing I'd have them working on is just the tackling drills. So Panthers back in that double wing formation. Hornets have ran that type of offense for the last 2 years. It's going to be long. And that was a big stiff arm.
Number 5, Cameron Harless, run out of bounds by number 4, Justin Hicks.
And it just, he just absolutely just dropped the hammer on one of the corners. He's going to pick up about 9, so it's going to be second down.
It'll be second down and
11 to go.
Hornet 30.
Chesapeake under center. He'd go past the ball. Gets the ball underneath. He's wide open, just misses it.
Number 14,
The
Donald Richendaler throwing
linebackers
number 12, Thomas
were
Hicks.
trailing, and I'll be honest with you, if he catches that, he's probably scoring with all that green in front of him. But that's the difference, and that's a good example. If you need to find an example of what I talk about whenever we have Corey Borders dropping back and rolling out or looking, is that guy was not down the field. He's running a crossing route that through the defense, through the linebackers, and he was in a spot to where he could get it to a playmaker. It was just a little outside the reach, and those are the kind of things I'm talking about with Colgrove to do. It's third down and 9. And Richendaler is going to take it.
Number 14,
And that
Richendaler.
is going to be good.
Number
Reese
54,
York and Logan Sizemore.
Number 5, Jared
And that's a
Hicks.
timeout, but Sizemore and Reese York is going to gang up for that tackle. It's going to be fourth down and about 7. And Chesapeake has called a timeout.
Second in the first half.
What happened that the touchdown got called back? Holding is what it was.
On October 3rd, the junior high will be traveling to Portsmouth for a 6
Yeah, you know, guys, it's
with the junior Trojan.
some people don't like. I can call what I see, and obviously you guys see it as well. I'm just mentioning out loud, but some people feel like I'm being negative and down on the kids, and it's just, listen. I played football. I played football for Colgrove, and my whole thoughts is that if you wanted people to say awesome, great things about you, then perform so that they can say awesome, great things about you. And if something happens that you're not performing, or you're not tackling a guy when you need to tackle a guy, well then, that's on you. You make the good open field tackle, and they're going to be like, man, look at that open field tackle. Richendaler is going to drop back, and if he gets outside, he's going to have the first down. He's going to take off and run. And he's going to have the first. He's going to have the first down. So and there's going to be a timeout, but that's going to be a first down.
Number 54, Logan Sizemore. However, that is a Chesapeake first down.
Like I said, Richendaler is a quick, shifty kid. He's a quarterback, and he's fast. Hasn't done a lot of damage tonight, but done enough.
Number 5,
And Borders is now in on defense. He hasn't been.
Cameron Harless made by number 3, Corey Borders.
And he's going to drop that, but not until after a gain of about 5. Chesapeake back on the ball, 42 seconds left to go, and they're trying to put another one on the board. And somebody just ran in there to try to put a shoulder into him and didn't wrap him up. And that's going to be a first down. And those are the kind of things, I'll tell you, those are the kind of things that frustrate me. Kids are trying to go in and put a shoulder into a kid. Wrap him up, gator roll him, and he's down, period. I don't care how big or little or whatever you are.
Quarterback will down the ball.
And that's going to be a down. 31 seconds left to go here. First, be second down.
First down and goal from the Hornets 6.
It should be second down and goal since they just spiked the ball. Yeah, it should be second down and goal. We'll see what the deal is here. Because they didn't call time. He didn't call a timeout. Did he? He did just spike the ball, right? Well, he spiked the ball on first down, so it can't be first down. He did. They had to stop. He stopped the clock, and they didn't call timeout, so it's not first down. Handoff of the middle, and there's a fumble on the play. And it looks like Chesapeake is going to retain it. That back judge has already got. And it's going to be a timeout. There's a timeout. Chesapeake.
Timeout, Chesapeake. Unofficially, that's their third and final timeout in the first half.
Mikey, you're right. Their time. Listen. And again, I've played here, so I can, I'm coming from having boots on the ground, per se, and I know what kind of effort you can get. Listen, I was on a team that was 1-9. Okay, I was on one of those teams in 2000 or 1999 that was 1-9. But on that schedule, we also had two. We had a state champion, a state runner-up, and 6 playoff teams on that schedule as well. So, sometimes you're just Sometimes you're just going to get hammered, and that's okay. But you got to try. So it's 3rd and 5 on the 5, so 3rd and goal. And handoff, wide side, and that's a good tackle. Good Oberville tackle by Justin Castle, defensive end. He may be the defensive tackle, but good play by Justin Castle, and that's going to be for a loss. It's 4th down. 4th and 7. And that's a false start, and no good. So Hornets are going to bow up, and they're going to get into the halftime. And the clock's going to stop on the change of possession, but Hornets are going to down it, but they bow up after the big return.
And the Hornets will take over.
And able to keep the Panthers out of the end zone. So they're still only down 2 scores, guys. They're still only down 2 scores. So there is an opportunity here. But Hornets are going to have to, not without the defense. Not without the defense. So, hey, guys, for halftime, and I don't know who this cat is that keeps, I don't know who this guy is that keeps putting gibberish on the feed, but I'm going to get him off as soon as I can. But we're going to have halftime. We've got festivities that are coming up for the crowning of the queen and all that. So at the end of the first half, it's 24-18. Now, guys, like I said, listen, we got to play some defense. And we got to play more consistency. And our offense got to get better. We got 4 first downs, something like that. Our offense got to play a heck of a lot better. So coaches got to go in, make some adjustments, and get this thing right. I don't care if you got to go in and rip some hind ends, which you should, because there's plenty of hind ends to be ripping. We'll be back in here after halftime. Again, we'll have halftime festivities with homecoming and whatnot, the crowning of the queen. First of all, I got to get I got to get this thing changed out to get the battery changed out, guys. So we'll be back here in just a second. It is halftime. He wants everybody to know where he watches NCAA. That's funny. Castle wins the beef jerky. Justin Caveman Castle. I didn't realize that's what his name. But you know what? We'll stick with that. So right now in the early runnings, we've got Justin Caveman Castle for making a big Oberville tackle right there. So he's definitely in the runnings, and I'm sure that he's going to want some of that average Joe jerky that we got. So we'll see how it goes. I'm going to take this thing down here just a second, guys, so we can get some power on our cameras. I'm not worried too much about the Chesapeake halftime. Sorry for Chesapeake fans that are tuning in, but give us just a second. Let's see here. What I'm going to do here, guys, I'm going to move you over to the scoreboard so you don't have to see a bunch of stuff here. We'll be right back. There we go. For some reason, our power cables weren't wanting to charge, but now we're backing at it. So give me just a second. And I need to take I'm going to take a little bit of a break here, guys, because, well, you don't really want to hear me and talk to me all the time. So we'll let you listen to a little bit of band music, and we'll be back here in just a second on Colgrove Live. Oh, no, Judy, it's 24-8. I'm saying we're only down by 2 scores. We're only down by 16. So 2 scores, 2 2-point conversions, and you're back in the game. So that's what I'm saying is that we're in the game. We just got to play defense, and we got to get some offensive stuff going. If we don't get that going, then we're in trouble. So, guys, it's Josh Wheeler. We'll see you back at halftime here in about 10 minutes. We'll see you right here on Colgrove Live.
Let's have a round of applause for the Chesapeake band. Also in the stadium tonight, I'd like to recognize the Cold Grove class of 1989. You guys are making me feel old. Ladies and gentlemen, our 2019 homecoming court. Our freshman attendant is Miss Maddie Lynn Hapney. Maddie is the 14-year-old daughter of Matt and Kathy Hapney and is a sister to Sophie Hapney. She is the granddaughter of Lou Ann and George Hapney, Rita and Roger Drummond, and Harriet and Cottrell and Gary Lewis. Escorting Maddie this evening is Mr. Mason James Frazier. Mason is the 14-year-old son of Shanna Comer and the late James Frazier. Mason is also the brother of Haley Frazier. Mason is the grandson of Carol Comer, Wanda Comer, and grandson to the late Donald Comer and Karen and Russell Richmond. Our sophomore attendant is Miss Abby Hicks. Abby is the 15-year-old daughter of Travis and Amy Hicks, and the granddaughter of Victor Hicks and Steve and Robin Huff. Escorting Abby this evening is Mr. Jeffrey Sparks Jr. Jeffrey is the 15-year-old son of Jeff Sparks and Jody Runyon and the grandson of Rodney and Debbie Sparks, and Don and Judy Schritter and Joey Snyder. Our junior attendant is Miss Krista Nicole Prim. Krista is the 16-year-old daughter of Chris Prim of Huntington and Kayla and Mark Rice of Cold Grove and the granddaughter of Phil and Susan Robinson. Escorting Krista this evening is Mr. Graydon Isaac Osborne. Graydon is the 17-year-old son of Carly and Jack Osborne and the grandson of Chuck and Mary Davis and Jack and Debbie Osborne. The flower girl this evening is Miss Eleanor Mater. She is the 5-year-old daughter of Dean and Betty Mater, the granddaughter of Rick and Therese Mater of Cold Grove, and Dan and Jeannie Neville of Deering. Escorting Eleanor is Mr. Connor Van Watson. He is the 5-year-old son of Aaron and Michelle Watson of Ironton, the grandson of Jerry and Jane Watson of Ironton, and Judy and Greg Jones of Ashland, Kentucky. Our first senior attendant is Miss Michaela Elise Daniels. Michaela is the 17-year-old daughter of Katie French and Mark Daniels and the granddaughter of Tish and Walter French. Escorting Michaela this evening is Mr. Peyton Lee Smith. Peyton is the 19-year-old son of Tammy Monier and grandson of Donna Waldridge. Our next senior attendant is Miss Robbie Lynn McQuay. Robbie is the 17-year-old daughter of Courtney and Bob McQuay, the granddaughter of Beth Horn and the late George Horn, and Carl and Jerry Triplett, and Larry McQuay, and the great-granddaughter of Linda and Frank Ford. Escorting Robbie Lynn this evening is Mr. Evan Keith Gannon. Evan is the 17-year-old son of Brian and Becky Gannon, and the grandson of Annis Pinkerman, and the late Larry Pinkerman, and the late Rebecca Gannon. Our next senior attendant is Miss Hannah Webb. Hannah is the 17-year-old daughter of Michael and Christine Webb and the granddaughter of Jay Webb and Patricia Webb and Charlotte and Dave White. Escorting Hannah this evening is Mr. Nathaniel Stephen Davis. Nathan is the 18-year-old son of Eric and Julie Davis and the grandson of Randy and Lois Davis and Dan and Pam Clevenger. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2019 Colgrove Homecoming Court and Escorts. And now, the 2019 Homecoming Queen is Miss Robbie Lynn McQuaid. Crowning Robbie is Trevor Carey, who is the senior class secretary. We would like to take this opportunity to thank Brady Harrison for donating the crown to the Homecoming Queen. Once again, a big round of applause for the entire Homecoming Court and Escorts. King Tut. We need the following vehicle moved: a gray Nissan Sentra, Texas plates, KWR 3468. Gray Nissan Sentra, Texas tags, KWR 3468. Please move it. Thank you.
Well, guys, 3:35 left to go here. We'll get back in. We'll get back into things here in just a little bit. And Hornets down by 2 scores and two-point conversions by 16, and they got a lot of work cut out for it. Panthers will have the ball to start the second half. So, guys, if based on for those of you who have watched the first half, what would you guys do? And Jennifer Courtney, thanks for coming on. Dave Roberts, Darren Morgan, always good to see you. Dean Palmer, Chad Scott coming back on. Nathan McKnight. And hey, Nathan, if you go watch on YouTube, you can rewind it. Anyway, James Noble, Justin Fairman, John Heyman said Jackson's up on Williamsburg 21-2. Looks like how the Miami of Ohio game started with Ohio State last week with a safety. Jason Pennington, so what would you guys do? And what adjustments would you guys make that you said? So let us know what you think. We'll be back here in a couple minutes here on Go Live.
If I had to
all that stuff was already there. So, hey, my buddy David Calafiore is on from up towards Pittsburgh. Hopefully you're doing okay, my man. Getting back to some football. Everything not going entirely our way, but they're coming out. They'll put 3 minutes back on the clock because for some reason that's what they do. They put 20 minutes on, then they put 3 minutes back on the clock when they come out. I've been told, though, that is something that the officials do at the very beginning of the game, so I guess that's something that's planned out anyway. I always thought that, John, possibly run around the end, or run off tackle, right? My beautiful daughter, Michaela Wheeler, she is the flag person. She's on the color guard, and we've got everything up around here is all a family affair with cousins and people, and so we got Wheelers and my wife's family and all that stuff in from Sims Valley. So open up the playbook. I think that you might see that we played awfully well from the pistol formation last week. Let's see if we can get into that a little bit more of that because we can run and throw effectively from that. So, guys, Rainey's Beef Jerky. We'll have some, at some point, we're going to give a Rainey's Beef Jerky player of the game afterwards. Right now that Justin Castle is in the running for it, making a huge play there at the beginning of the second half, or at the end of the second half, rather. So we'll take your votes on that later on. And when you need some high-quality protein, this is all locally made. And it says, Rainey's is utterly delicious beef jerky. It's handcrafted strips of steak marinade in our very own signature marinades made in southern Ohio. And I can tell you, Ohio people, they know their beef. Rainey's Beef Jerky. They were awesome. They were awesome enough. This is the average Joe. We've got some Jamaican Me Crazy. I don't actually know what that is, but that's another flavor. There's Jamaican Jerk. And then we've got another flavor that is like spicy teriyaki, which is actually really good. But Rainey's Beef Jerky, you guys, they deliver on Fridays, so you can order it. And see what happens. I pick me. John, you're funny. I'll see you in the parking lot. I'm assuming that you're here. Maybe if you're not here, then I won't see you in the parking lot. But I've got a half-pounder of some beef jerky. I can't eat it while we're calling games because, well, I get smack mouth. You know, my mouth just smacks and all that stuff. But Rainey's Beef Jerky, man, good stuff. They've been kind enough to donate a couple bags for the player of the game. We'll be doing that weekly from here on. And we're going to try to do it if we can talk. Volleyball is a little harder to do because there's so many games, same thing with basketball or whatever. So we're going to try to work in maybe a player of the week in that particular case. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens there. But Chesapeake.
And Hillary dropped the press box. Anybody's dropped their inhaler, it is up here in the press box.
So Chesapeake will have the ball to start the second half. Hey, Scott Sturgill. Good to see you. Nancy Webb, Alexis Hall. All the way from North Carolina. I think you're going to school at North Carolina. Maybe it's Kentucky. I don't know. Whatever I say, usually not very smart either way. But Hornets got to make some changes here regardless to get things running and rolling here. Chesapeake will come out to receive. And J.C. Dameron takes the field to kick. We'll see if they decide to push the ball down the field or go on their squib kick. The last squib kick didn't work out so well. Hornets have had some problems on the special teams. And Hornets need to do something here. So there's 12 minutes on the clock. We'll get this back in action. We'll see what the second half brings.
Number 5, Cameron Harris, kicking for the Hornets.
We'll see what the second half brings for the Hornets here. Dameron is going to be set to kick. And that one is going to be really tipped and picked back up. Ran back to the 30-yard line. Still not tackled, but Hornets jump on him, and he's going to be around the 30. Richendollar takes it to 34, 33, and either way, it's going to be a first down.
It'll be first down 10, Chesapeake.
And we'll see what kind of adjustments have been made. Heck, as much as what they're running off, that was going to be given to number 4 outside. And he's going to pick up about 14, it looks like. Maybe 15, and it's going to be first down. And not much different there to start the second half. It's going to be a gain of about 17. Nope. Game about 13, and we'll call first down and 10 from the 48. Counter
Number 4
goes back, and it looks like the interior will get on top of that. He's going to pick up about 5. Looks like he'll pick up about 5. It's going to be second down and 5.
Second down 6.
Hey, Brent, Lisa Suter, how's it going? Sue Lunsford, good to see you. Doug DeLauder, Wanda Hamilton. That's good to see y'all, guys. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us here tonight. It's going to be outside. And Trey Hunt comes up, fills the hole, and makes a good open field tackle there. Trey Hunt did a good job. It's going to be third down and about 4 to go. They pick up only 2 yards on that play. Panthers into Hornet territory.
Ball at the Hornet 46.
I'm not for sure why Hornets are playing so much off the ball coverage, and that one's going to be a quarterback keeper. And it's going to be enough for the first down, is it? He's going to be, far side officials marking him a yard short. Let's see if that's where it is. It does look like that's where it is, so it's going to be fourth down and 1. Pickup of about 3.
Fourth down and
10 minutes off the clock already. Chesapeake trying to show they can run the ball. Should go on. It's going to be a quarterback sneak, and he's going to have it easily. He breaks a tackle on a sneak up the middle, and he's going to take it down to about the 31, 32.
Number 5, Jaron Hicks. It'll be a Chesapeake first down.
And it's going to be a Chesapeake first down. They needed one, picked up a lot more.
It'll be first down 10.
And unfortunately, guys, based on the way that the second half is starting, Hornets not making the adjustments they need to make to get back in this game. A couple good plays. Reese York there has a guy right to the line of scrimmage. Maybe picks up 1. It's going to be second down and 9. Time not on the Hornet side here. Having 2 scores, they're not going to be able to come back out and go power game, as they're going to have to try to get quick scores. Hey, Andy Holmes, Jonathan Williams, Monty Joseph, Brandon Basil, good to see you guys. Steve Adams, hopefully your knee's feeling better, man. Maybe a while before you're playing ball, though, right? Richendollar is going to take a look. Shotgun, takes a snap, handoff up the middle. And again, the internal part of our defense, that's going to be Reese York, Bullfrog Rice, and Justin Castle. The internal part of our defense inside the tackle is generally pretty stout.
Third down 9.
Generally pretty stout on a 3rd and 9 here. It's the outside edges that gives us problems, and Richendahl is going to roll out to his right. And it looks like I think, Justin Hicks. No, Austin Storms was in on the coverage, and it was broken up, and it's going to be 4th down and 9 coming up.
Correction, Austin Storms broke up the pass.
You got the ball on the 30-yard line, four down territory here for the Panthers. Who won homecoming queen?
Will be 4th down and 9.
Who won homecoming queen?
Ball at the Hornet 30.
Yeah, Robbie Lynn McQuay is who won homecoming queen. It's going to be a timeout. Chesapeake.
And officially that's their first in the first half.
The Hornet defense has been stout generally up the middle. I mean, they'll give up a little bit here and there, but for the most part, the inside tackle-to-tackle part of the defense has been really well done, very good. It's outside the tackles where we have problems for the most part. At least that's what I've seen tonight. And most of that has really just been because positioning. Hey, Jessica Brighton, how's it going? Good to see you. Tracy Chafin, good to see you on as well. Carl Robinson, always nice to see you on. So, 4th down, 9 to go. And we'll see what happens here.
4th down and 9.
Hornets going with a 5-man front. It's going to be a pass all the way, play action. And he catches it, and it's a touchdown. And he's going to be down at the 1. But there is no question about that. That was an excellent catch by the Chesapeake receiver. And again, the Panthers continue to attack the weak spots on our defense. Because, of course, as a good coach, that's what you should do, is attack the weak links. And they're having their way here with the Hornets tonight. 1st and goal from the 1. Richendahl under center. He's going to hand off, and is he going to be held? It looks like he's going to be held at the 1 foot line, 1 inch line, and it's going to be 2nd down. So we've got a timeout graphic up there. Sorry about that, guys. But if the Panthers put another score on here, they already ran 5 minutes off the clock here. And it's a quarterback sneak. Drops the ball. There's a scrum on the bottom. He dropped the ball. And they're going to call a touchdown. He dropped, my best guess is he dropped the ball, picked it back up. If he dropped it in the end zone, then picked it up in the end zone, it's a touchdown. And there's nothing that's going to happen, Luke, because and Coach Jay Lucas trying to get some answers. There's a timeout.
And officially that's their first in the second half. We have a winner on the split the pot for the split the pot winning tonight, 852-0292.
Hey, Chris Lovely, how's it going?
852-0292.
Good to see you. If you're wanting to watch Malachi, he's number 2. He's in it from time to time, especially on some special teams and spread plays, but since you know him. And Lucas out. I don't think he's going to get anywhere because I've never seen an official make an overrule play. So,
A winner on the flag, Spirit flag from Orange City Hardware.
And there's going to be lined up for the kick.
Blue ticket.
30-8 here.
With
7 minutes left to go in the third quarter. And Hornets, well, they're going to have to go afterburner style on offense. Oh, that's off.
Flag on the play. Dead ball, false start.
Yep, that's a penalty, and that'll back him up a little bit. And Chesapeake will attempt a extra point back with 25-yard extra point. Down is up. Oh, and there's no.
Extra point is good.
From a field goal standpoint, man, he's going to be good for a while away straight on. And so.
Again, your winning split.
7 minutes left to go, third quarter, 31-8. Chesapeake up big.
0-2-9-2. The winner of the Spirit flag from Orange City Hardware is 8-5-2. Correction, that is 168.
Stapleton Storms and Wheeler back to return. See if they kick out. They've kicked one time out of that. They've got like a bunch formation where they literally kick it just like that. The kicker will come up and almost do a little squib. We'll see if he kicks it like that.
And winner to split the pot for $141, Bob Godby. Number 8, Brady Wilson kicking for Chesapeake. Deep to receive.
That one's deep.
Is number 10, Austin Storms.
Austin Storms takes the kick. And he's going to have it up to, looks like the 25, and that's where the Hornets will start. And we'll see what kind of offense they come in afterwards. They've got 6:50 left to go here, third quarter. They're down by 3 scores. And we'll see if they pick up the pace here and throw the ball a little bit. I don't think that they're going to have much of any choice. We'll see how it goes.
First down 10 for the Hornets. The ball at their own 25.
But hey, why not start in out in a I formation, right? Borders under center. Going to be pitch outside to Storms. And he's going to pick up, about 2. It's going to be a second down and 8.
Austin Storms, stop made by number 4, Will Todd.
Chesapeake probably has some of their second unit guys in. Pistol formation. And Borders takes a snap. Hands off up the middle to Stapleton, and he's going to lose a couple. Looks like no gain. Third down and 8.
Made by number 2, Logan Walsh. We'll bring up third down and 7 from the Hornet 28.
Spread formation, shotgun. Quarterback draw.
Number 3, Corey Borders.
And Borders isn't going to be close to first down. He's 3 yards short. And, of course, Hornets got to go for it. I mean, you're in 4-down territory. Why not? And they're going to run the punt team on.
will bring up 4th down.
And now it's a little hard for me to be positive whenever you're down by 3 scores, and you decide to
Punting for the Hornets, number 10, Storms.
I don't know if you're running the ball so that you can run the clock out and then you don't have to deal with it anymore. I don't know if that's a safety protocol or what, but I will be critical of that because that was stupid. And that's coming back. Plenty of penalty flags.
Number 5, Cameron Harless returning the kick. There's a flag on the play. The stop was made by number 10, Austin Storms. Personal foul, illegal blindside block.
And it'll be a 15-yarder from the 36. So that one's going to be backed up right outside the 20, and it'll be a Panther first down. But I can't quite understand if you're down by 3 scores and you've got 8 minutes, and you know that you're going to have to kick some onside kicks or whatever, and you're trying to get the ball back. I can't, for the life of me, understand the play calling there. I really, really can't. But it's just another 3 and out for the Hornets, and that's been when we play good teams, and this is the way that this is the way things are going to go. We may have a long rest of the year, guys. We got to execute, and those are offensive play calls. So, that's sure you got to execute, but that's also, you got to put the right calls on, and given the time situation and the score situation, you got to do a little bit more. It's second down and about 4 to go here. So that's one of the things that we hear commonly, that there's no music in the stadium that's allowed to be played at this point, and they've really, the environment is quite a bit different. That one pitch, that's going to be a first down.
Number 4, Will Todd. Will be Chesapeake first down.
Yeah. Jimmy, I'd say that, I don't know what else it would be but throwing in the towel. That's what it feels like.
Chesapeake first down 10 from the Chesapeake 37.
Richendeller under center, motion. He's going to hand the ball off tackle, but up into the meat of the defense, and he's still going to pick up 4 or 5. He's second down. Looks like 2nd and 6. Picks up
number
about
5,
4.
Cameron Harless, the ball carrier. Number 53, Alec DeMint on the stop.
Yeah, Jeff, I will tell you one thing that I don't agree with on that, is that most of the time coaches don't get paid that much. So, if you're a college coach or something, but
41.
Most of these high school coaches don't get paid enough. They put in a lot more time. It's minimum wage, and tackles again. And, we keep coming back to this every game. Everything from Lucasville Valley. Lucasville Valley game was exactly the same.
Number 4, Will
and tackling it continues to come up over and over and over again. And, it can't be, it is what it is. So.
Be first down 10.
Again, Chesapeake run up into the meat of the defense. They're going to, looks like game maybe back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a really short game for 2nd down and 10 coming up. Go Penn State. Oh, wrong screen. Yeah, it's funny. How much are these? $10. They're actually the same chrome. They're red chrome and white, same as on the sides of the helmet decals. We had ordered those at the same time that we got those at the same time that they ordered decals. That one run right up the middle. Come on the play. Austin Storms picks it up. Now, and I'm going to put this in a point of view, guys. Hornets score a touchdown there. So I want to point something out, that if you wouldn't have came out on your first possession of the third quarter and ran 3 straight plays, those kinds of things do happen. And when you're not trying to actively, and I'd hate to say that the coaches aren't trying to win the game, but, when you throw in the towel, those kind of things do happen. And it shows. And if you put a score on the board and generate you're right back in the game.
Hornets will try for 2.
It's 2 minutes left to go in the third quarter, and they're going to have to start playing with some urgency. And Storms is going to be into so 202, 15-31. So back to a 16-point game. But again, that's why time and urgency is so important. And I hope nobody gets mad at this, but our coaching staff has to know that part of it, that you've got to be urgent. So whenever they come out, when those things happen, when you get the ball on offense, you got to play with some urgency, people.
Third period for 31-16 Chesapeake. The final call for the Cobra Spirit flag.
Gotta log in real quick, guys, and start banning people again, I guess, because
final call.
I'll start banning people again because they're starting to put on the spam. I tell you what, I haven't had this problem ever. But I'm just going to say it right now that if I expect that whenever coaches do stuff, that they're going to push to win.
Kicking for the Hornets, number 7, J.C. Damon. Deep receive for Chesapeake, number 3, Carson Knight, number 5.
Good scamper by Austin Storms, and sometimes you got to make some of those plays.
4, Will Todd.
A direct kick. And it doesn't seem to me like the squib kicking is a good idea at this point because we're giving them the ball at the 30 at least 3 or 4 times.
5, Jaron Hicks. The Chesapeake first down.
Hey, find that person right there and block them. Find that person right there and block them or ban them. It's somebody that's putting spam comments on.
First down being Chesapeake.
You go to the comment and then you hold on the comment and go to ban. Gain of about 7, it looks like, and it's going to be second down and short coming up.
Number 24, Joe Abrams.
I'm not for sure what the story is here.
You want me to ban them or delete them?
Ban them, because we don't want them to be able to comment. Sorry, guys, we're trying to get rid of the... Yeah, sorry, we're trying to ban some of the people who are putting certain things on there. And second down and 4 coming up. Richendaler under center, hands the ball off. Cut up the middle. And cutting up the middle into the meat of that defense is advantageous to us. Of course, they have a long kicker here, but it's going to be third and a long one.
Third down and 1.
As the third quarter winds down. Jan Kano or something like that. They're just all stupid things. Right up the middle, and it's going to be a first down.
Number 2, Logan Walsh. Stop made the number 56, Justin Castle. That'll be a Chesapeake first down.
So I think overall the Hornets ran 3 offensive plays in this third quarter. And of course, if that's all you're going to get, you're never going to win right up the middle. And I think there's a flag.
Number 2, Logan Walsh.
Sometimes I see some stuff. I'm watching on the phone trying to do it, but he's going to pick up about 5-6.
That's the end of the third period.
And the end of the third period, 31-16.
31, Colgrove 16.
Ja Binks. That's funny, Tony. Hey, guys, and if you're watching on the phone, you can turn it to the side, and that scoreboard will get a little bit bigger for you. And we'll change ends of the field here. And even down 16, the Hornets are going to have to get a couple turnovers or something. And the offense is going to have to go into hyper-drive warp speed, and nobody's got their wristbands on, which means they're probably not going to be going no huddle tonight. Yeah, as a Colgrove fan, you know, it's hard to not be frustrated over things that, you know, are obvious and easy to overcome. As a previous Colgrove player, you know, sometimes you look at the effort levels and things and really get aggravated about that. And then as somebody who's got a kid on the team, you know, I want them to have the best chance for success as well. And unfortunately, in some cases, I don't know that we're getting the best effort from everybody.
From the 15.
No, just refresh it, Tony, is what I would do. Up the middle. And it's going to be third down.
Number 4, Will Todd.
So they're just trying to eat time at this point is all it's about. Getting it up the middle to eat time. And it's going to be third down and about 3.
22, Trey Hunt. It'll be third down.
Hey, Terry Gore. How's it going?
And 3 from the 14.
3 yards under center. And that's a first down, and he's carrying people, and it's going to be first and goal inside the 5-yard line.
Foul made by number 24, Joe Abrams, number 54, Logan Sizemore. There's a Chesapeake first down, will be first down and goal.
Oh, John, that could be it, too, if they're not showing up at all. And that's a touchdown. Untouched. That's 37-16. And at this point, the Hornets have thoroughly been embarrassed. And that would be the right way to say that, because this team is
number 8, Brady Wilson.
This team is better
Number 12.
Than this.
Thomas Sands holding. The flag on a play. Dead ball. Encroachment being assessed against the Hornets.
Now, normally whenever you have a penalty like that, you take the penalty, let them move it, go for 2. Now, obviously, when you're up by 21, you know, going into 20, trying to go up 22. That one's up and good.
Try for extra point is good.
Up by 22, 11-10 left to go.
11-10 remaining.
And
Chesapeake 38.
Hornets are going to just have to fight to salvage their. They're just going to salvage their pride at this point. Maybe we'll see the coaches, do some adjustment. But Hornets have only ran 3 offensive plays here in this second half. And if you wonder why you can't get back in the game, that would do it. 3 offensive plays. So, special teams has not played well tonight. Defense not played well tonight. Offense not played well tonight. And that could be a variety of things. Now, when all 3 stages of the game are not playing well, you've got a couple different options. Or you got a couple different things you can think about that. You have the effort level. Obviously, that's one thing. But younger kids, there's all kinds of different people playing defense, offense. Or then you have to start looking and saying, okay, adjustments. And I think that's not the way it's in. Yep, and they're not running trick plays. That's an adjustment issue. You're right, Jimmy.
It's Brady Wilson. They're going to number 2, Malachi Wheeler.
Wheeler's going to have it up to about the 30-yard line, and that's where the offense will get started.
For the Hornets.
And let's see what the offense decides to do here. There's 11 minutes left. I mean, it's highly unlikely you're going to score 3 times based on the way that the defense is playing. But you may be able to get a couple. And we'll see what happens here. And, of course, so this is a mistake. 2 trap. 3 trap. Maybe a pitch off the edge.
Number 30.
Now, Austin Stapleton down inside the 20, down to the 26. And happily to be proved wrong there. But it wasn't because of anything but the effort of Austin Stapleton to break tackles. A good play there by Stapleton, and Stapleton, when those things have happened, he's had to make his own happen.
Number 10,
3-yard gain in there by Austin Storms. It's going to be 2nd and 7 coming up. 10:30 left to go. But again, there's too much time. Too much time between. If you're trying to run plays in and bring the quarterback over, whatever,
2nd down and 8.
You can check between plays how much time. How much time is running off between plays. We'll just watch that the next time and see. Stapleton in there for a yard or 2. So, and that's part of the problem is whenever you have a big breakout play like that, they'll just write it and they'll go back to it and go back to it. 3rd and 2 coming up in for the Hornets. 9:48. I didn't watch when that play ended, but a lot of time running out. You're down 38-16, and again, they did the same thing in the first, in the beginning part of this game. Like, there's just no urgency at all. And that is a coaching staff issue. You got to push, especially in times like this where there is some urgency. Design quarterback run. Borders is going to be up inside the 10. And they need to be, right now, at 9:17, it's going to stop to reset the chains. So if you're getting first downs, that's good. It's like a little mini timeout.
First down will be first down and goal.
So when you're getting a first down, not so bad. But if you're not getting a first down, that's whenever you're having problems. Stapleton gets across, and he scores. you got to go for a 2-point conversion now. It's 22-38, back to 16. If you can convert the 2-point conversion, you're going to get it down to a 14-point game. Then you're going to have to go to the onside kick. Starting this whole thing with 9 minutes left to go in the third quarter would have been a tiny bit easier. Would have been a little bit easier. And it was a design quarterback run, and he's not.
Number 3.
They tried to go back to that play from the other end.
No good.
And so it's 38-22.
In the game, Chesapeake 38, Cobra 22.
So now we'll see if the onside kick comes. Blind hog finds an acorn every day. We always say a blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while, Jeffrey. So for whatever it is. Like I said, I don't want you. Listen, players are in it now. You're looking at it, and if they can give effort, but you got to have a team of defense.
The Hornet band will be performing their 2019 contest.
They've got to do an onside kick here.
The Cobra Hornet Band of Pride will be performing their 2019.
Surely Chesapeake has their hands team up, and it looks like all the low numbers are out. So that's what they're going to do. I don't think there's any question of what's going to happen here.
Big receive for Chesapeake, number 4, Will Todd, number 5, Cameron Harless.
Hornets are going to set it up, and we'll try to get the zoom in here.
Kicking for the Hornets, number 7, J.C. Dameron.
And the play was there to get. And Palmel not able to get on. I believe their 18 is Palmel. Not able to get on top of it, and it's going to be Chesapeake ball. And now it's time to go through, and now you got to go into strip mode. Trick them and kick it deep.
First down 10.
Funny enough, is a squib kick right there probably would have been good. That one's going to line up tight. It's going to be a little flip, and he's going to have a first down.
Number 5, Cameron Harless. Dominic number 22, Trey Hunt. Chesapeake first down.
I think the biggest thing that you see here, guys, is that whenever you see the defense, Hornets are going to take a timeout. I think some of the stuff that you're going to see is you're going to see that we catch a lot of people. They come at us and we catch them, and we're sitting there waiting for them to come, and they initiate the contact. We are not the initiators of the contact, and I think that's what is happening. Especially on things like that. There's nothing like organization. This is nothing like organization. I have no idea what that means, Jeffrey. You can, Portsmouth next week. I'm not for sure who we got next week. So 1st and 10 coming up here for the Panthers.
Hornet 42.
And you probably are not going to expect them to pass. They're going to hand the ball up, and they're going to get the edge and arm tackles.
Number 5, Cameron Harness.
And that's embarrassing. There's 2 arm tackles. And at this point, I don't know, when is it, like, if whenever you're watching from the outside, that's an effort. That's an effort thing. But hey, at least it gets us into running clock mode. So we've got once that running clock starts, we're going to get I believe 8 minutes and 48 seconds. So it'll wind this thing down a little bit quicker, which will be just as well, I suppose.
That's Thomas Sentz. Brady Wilson attempting the extra point.
And that one's good.
Extra point is good. With 8:48 remaining in the game, Chesapeake 45, Holgrove 22.
So, and somebody, Jimmy, if you're still watching, you can let us know. Is it 30 points? Is it 30 points before running clock, or is it 20 points? I don't know. Either way, we're almost mercy ruled here, because that's basically what a running clock means. And if you get mercy ruled in a 10-run game in baseball, we're 1 score away. So we're basically we're down by 10, or we're down by 9 going into the 4th inning. We're about to get mercy ruled. Not till 30 points. Okay, well, at least we have a little more of that way, I guess we can endure. Portsmouth, Gallia, and Ironton. Man, that's a rough stretch for the Hornets. I wonder if they were overlooking some things here. I don't know, but that's... and there's a little squib kick that they've been doing. Wheeler's going to take it. And he's going to take it up to the 45. And Hornets have good field position they need to try to take advantage of.
Number 2.
I guess I should probably put it back on the. I guess I should put it back on the screen, shouldn't I, guys? I'm sorry. Put it to the cemetery. Call for a game. Lost ball. Yeah. So, and I'm sorry. I hate. I've been on teams like this. I've been on the other ends of these things, and on the same ends, and I hate it. But they're playing zone, and we teach our quarterbacks to read the defense, and we've got a lot of open guys there. And again, it's coming about 2 quarters too late. So it's all, the effort is nice and whatnot, but when it's a little too late, Yep, sorry about that, guys.
First down 10.
I thought that I would maybe trick you guys and saying the scoreboard was all it. We'll just do radio announcing from there. Now we're going back in the power game. Play action. Back out to Abram. And of course, they're playing really soft right now. But, yeah, 2 quarters too late. So. But we know this works. We know that process works, and passing underneath and getting those crossing routes and slant routes, we know those work. And it just took us, it took us a long time to get to them. And that's to Arthur Stapleton, and he's going to be in for a touchdown. So that's where your pass sets up the run, and I think that's where our passing game can set up a running game, and that is not how it's been working. We're trying to run, and again, 2.5 quarters too late.
Hornets will try for 2.
Abrams is going to score the 2-point conversion.
Chesapeake 45, Coburg 30.
So you can imagine if we would have done that in 3 plays, we literally scored in, what, a minute and 10 seconds? But hey, who am I? Hey, Marion, I completely get it. I know that you've been in things after these games for a while, and of course, I played here, but you've got seniors on this team too that they deserve to get as much as what they can. So, no, I'm not going to cut anybody slack from the coaches on down. If the underclassmen aren't getting the job done and they're not providing the effort that is needed in order to have a chance to win, then they need to be replaced or that needs to be called out from the coaching staff. And the same thing goes for the coaching staff. If the coaching staff is not making adjustments early enough in the game that they can that these kind of things can happen, because you just saw, visibly you just saw what happens whenever you change how the team is built and you adapt how the team is built of what happens. So no, I won't give them any slack, because there are seniors on this team and upperclassmen on this team that deserve every chance to win every single game that they can. I gave my coaches a chance when we won a 9. And Coburg has the ball. And that's a perfect example, Mary. Whenever you start this process much sooner in the game, you're not trying to do the things that you're doing right now. So no, and I apologize about that. But, I will fight for the seniors and I will fight for the upperclassmen. And right now, Hornets are making some plays and they put themselves in a good position. Good onside kick by J.C. Dameron, recovered by Austin Storms.
Hornets run the Chesapeake 48. Number 30, Austin Stapleton.
Austin Stapleton's going to pick up about 5 on the play. You're right, Marion. I am no expert. But what I can tell you is I know enough about it to know when we should be playing with tempo. I know enough about it to where if the way this offense is built, because I have been here and I've seen these kids play for years. So I do know what the team is built like. So you're right, I'm no expert at football, but I'm an expert whenever it comes to this team and know what they're capable of. And they're capable more than what they're getting right now. Corey Borders overthrown just a little bit. Intended for Jaron Hicks. That's going to be 3rd down and 5. Good take. He was open, and Borders just overthrew him just by a little bit. $7:12 left to go here, 4th quarter. Hornets down 30-45 with the ball. 3rd and 5 here. It's going to be a design quarterback run, and the design quarterback runs have not worked more than 3 yards at any given time. You can go back and you can take a look at the season-wide thing. 3 yards, 4 yards maybe. It's going to bring up a 4th down and 5. If it hasn't worked all season, there's probably, we've got some plays that are working really, really well pretty much any time that you run it. So. Fourth down. Borders under center. He's going to take the snap. He's going to throw the ball. Gets it over. Good screen. And he's going to have the first down. So, Marianne, just as a point of reference, I've been saying all year long to go underneath passing routes and crossing routes to get the ball into our playmakers' hands, because you've got kids like Austin Storms, you've got kids like Jaron Hicks, you've got kids like Justin Hicks and Malachi Wheeler that can take a ball in open field and turn it into a 30-yard touchdown, even though it's only a 5-yard pass. I'm no expert, but I do know that our team is built to do things like that, not necessarily a power game like we were trying to play. And this is going to roll out. Storms makes the cut, gets inside the 30-yard line. It's going to be close to a first down. 6:01. And is it a first down? No call yet. And they're going to measure this here. So officials timeout for a measurement. But 6:01
for a measurement.
It was a great kick. And by the way, I will point out that I have said that watching J.C. Dameron kick, that I thought he would be a heck of a good offside kick guy. Have I not said that all year long? And finally, we got a good chance. The first one was almost recovered. The second one was. Of course, there's still another one coming, and Hornets have to make sure that, you should be, and it does not look like they're going to have the first down. It's going to be second and inches. Hornets need to be on the ball. Hornets need to be on the ball whenever the chains are set. You need to get on the ball right now. You just had a de facto timeout. There's no reason to be on. There's no reason not to be on the ball. Because as soon as that's set, they're going to run the clock. Borders under center. Two back. He's going to take the snap, hand off to Austin Stapleton. He'll have the first down. 5:55 left to go. And that's going to stop the clock for the first down.
That is a Hornet first down.
Yep, Sherry, I couldn't agree with you more. You have to, a new coaching staff has to adapt to the players. You can't install a system that you want to install just because you want to install it. This team is built a different way than power football, and fortunately or unfortunately, and that pass is long, and that's going to be pass interference in the end zone, and that's going to be a 15-yard penalty, and it should put the ball on the 10-yard line or thereabouts, providing it was offense, providing it was pass interference defense, and it was. So on that flag, that's going to be a 15-yard penalty. And that's going to put the ball on a 10, first and goal, probably first and goal from the 10-yard line. Actually, Marianne, you would be wrong in that. I actually do know a lot about these kids, and I can tell you, when you've been here covering these kids for 3 years, I can tell you real quick. I know in game situations, I can tell you what they're capable of. Now, if you're saying that they're not capable of winning, then that would be incorrect. Take it down to the 9-yard line. And by the way, Marianne, you are right, though. It's not my job to fight for anybody. That would be, there's a whole staff. There's a whole staff that is involved with fighting for them, and I know that they do. But that doesn't mean that they're always right either. 5:18 left to go here, fourth quarter. Hornets is first and 10 from the 10. Sorry, second and 10 from the 10. This Borders under center, takes the snap. He's going to throw the ball. Abrams is open, and he catches it for the touchdown. And all I'm saying is that now you're in a good position to where you could do something here. And the whole point is that you're going through this whole stressful process when you didn't have to be, because these kids could have been doing this the whole game. So, but hey, you know what? You don't have to agree with me, and that's okay. I'm just saying, if we would have started playing like this in the first quarter and calling the play calls we're calling now in the first quarter, you were going to see the same results as this in the first quarter. Looks like Corey Borders is across, and it's good. score Borders. It's brought the Hornets back within 7 with that 2-point conversion. And Hornets have a chance now. Down 7. They're down by 22 with 8 minutes left to go. Big onside kick and a couple touchdowns later. And you see the Hornets are in it. So effort level has picked up substantially. I think the play calling has been a big part of that because you have capable offensive players and they're executing the offense that, quite frankly, they're built for and they're operating well in. Now it's time for the defense to come back to work, liven some things up, hopefully recover another onside kick. Pressure's on Chesapeake here, folks. You just saw a 22-point lead dwindle to 7 in 3 minutes. Yep, J.C. Dammer from St. Joe. I don't know. We'll find out about that, Chris. My best guess is Bear probably was allowed to open it up. Would be my guess. And that's going to be if they have the ball right there on the 50. So now it'll be the defense has to pick things up here. But the Hornets have 2 timeouts left to go here. And now it does put pressure on the defense. They're going to have the ball, looks like on the 49 of the Hornets. And up right now, it's all up to the Hornet defense to make things happen here. Yeah, and Chris, you're right. It's not over till it's over. Illegal pick. That was weird because it was a penalty that went out of bounds. That doesn't even make any sense. So it's 1st and 10. Hornets fans are on their feet. And now it's all defense. We'll hopefully get a little bit of adrenaline, a little momentum going. And they're going to be dropped for a gain of about 2. So it'll be 2nd and 8 coming up here for the Peak. 4:55 and counting.
Number 58, Ben Compliment. Second down and 8.
Listen, hey, there's been a lot of problems in this game. There's been a lot of effort issues. There's been a lot of other things that I think could have been done better. But whenever you get right down to it, at the end of the day, you're here in the game with a chance to win. And they're going to bleed this clock out down to 9. They're going to bleed this clock out. Hornets probably have got to take a timeout or so after this. Down to the edge, and he's going to have a first down. Hurdle and a fumble. But that's a penalty. He hurdled a kid, and that's a penalty. You can't fumble the ball, but that's a penalty because you cannot hurdle a kid. And as far as I know, that's still playing. Jimmy Jackson, you can let us know if you hurdle. Did they call it? If you hurdle a kid, is that not still penalty? How is that? I don't understand how that's not a penalty. I don't think you can hurdle in high school. That should be a 10-yard. That's because it's a safety issue. And they're gonna stop and pull it back here just a little bit. Need to turn the field lights back on yet. Hey, Marianne, I think that you were mistaken in the fact that you believe that I don't have faith in my team. I hope and pray every single day. My son's on the team. I don't want him to lose. So I don't understand, and there's nothing, but I don't believe you can hurdle. They did not call it. They did not call it, and I do believe that should have been a penalty. Up the middle, and he's still running. It's going to be close to a first down. He picks up 9, and the defense is just not picking up the slack. You got to be running some stunts. You got to be doing some things to keep people off the board, and there's going to be a timeout. There's an injured player on the field. Somebody hurt on the Hornets. So injury timeout. Leather helmets.
Number 10, Austin Storm, just getting a hand.
Yeah, so Jimmy, when you saw that, should that have been a penalty? And why they stopped it at the sidelines? But as a coach, what can you do? Since you're an official, what can you do as a coach when that should have been called? How do you make that happen? I think Marianne was making an excuse that the team was young because when they were doing bad, but now we have to have faith. That's all right. Listen, here we go, guys. It's 2nd down and 3. But what?
Second down 3 from the Hornets.
What options do you have? They're going to start taking a look here. But what options do you have as a coach whenever it should have been called a penalty? Do you have anything that you can do? There's a little conference here between the officials. And let's see what they're doing here. And they're going to put there's a clock issue. And they're going to put some clock on the top. Clock on. I don't know what they're doing. I'm looking down here at the clock to see if there's anything changing. I don't see anything changing. I'll put more time. 3:59 back on the clock. Okay. We'll take more time. Another thing as a coach. Seems like that there should be something that you can do.
2nd down 3 from the Hornets 12.
So Hornets, of course, they've got a field goal kicker. And 12 is it's close enough that they can make a field goal, but here goes 2nd and 3. And he got him right at the line. It's going to be 3rd down. 3:31 left to go. They can let this clock run under 3 minutes. 3rd and 1. Big play for the Hornets.
The 3rd down and 1.
I think you bring the house on this one. I don't think that they're going to pass the ball on 3rd and 1. Bring him. I would bring everybody right now. And I'd hit him right there, and he did. And he's got him, and he's going to push forward for a 1st down.
Number 5, Cameron Harvest.
Yeah, 1st down. 2:49. Able to get the 2nd win for an extra yard.
Be a Chesapeake 1st down.
2:49, and it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 14. Woody would smack somebody.
The 1st down 10 for Chesapeake.
This 1st down, I've got to start taking timeouts because they can run they can run 3 plays in 40-second play clock. They can run it down pretty good, so they got to call at least one timeout here on 1st down. And that one, call a timeout. We get the timeout at 2:19. And that one's going to be a loss of 2. I think that might be the first loss. And if it's not the first loss, it's probably one of the few losses that the defense has forced today. So, good play there. Well, and honestly, Chris, that's what should be happening. The first guy should be coming in and make sure that he's wrapped up. And the second one trying to strip it. And for those of you who have not come on and had a chance to come on Coker Live before, thanks so much for coming on and hanging out with me. My name's Josh Wheeler. And we do this every week. I've got we've been doing this now for a couple years, and now that I've got I've got a son that's on, and so I may come off a little homerish, may come off a little one-sided, and may come off a little critical sometimes. But it is because that I want the kids to do well and the team to do well. It all comes from a place of
Second down, 12.
wanting them to do well. So in case you question my loyalty or question anything that I've got, and they're going to have somebody over there. There's nobody covering one of the wideouts, and they're going to throw it to him right now. I would. Richendaler tosses it up. And it's going to be incomplete, almost picked off. And a guy that he threw the ball because it saves the Hornets from calling a timeout. 2:09, that's kind of a crazy call. It's going to be 3rd down and 12. And that actually helps. That actually helps the Hornets out a lot.
3rd down and 12 from the Hornets.
I don't know what the heck Todd Nipp is trying to do over there. I mean, we'll take it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining. That's kind of a weird call to make when you're trying to run the clock out. Gave us an extra timeout right there. We got one timeout left, unofficially, I believe. Attacking the corners, and he's going to be taken down. Call the timeout. Call the timeout. Clock runs. And it's going to be 4th and 9, but the clock's running.
Number 30, Austin Stapleton. Bring up 4th down. And
Clock
9.
is still running. If he waits and runs 30 seconds off his clock and then calls a timeout, come on, man. 17 seconds on the play clock, 39. They can run this inside a minute 20. And there's going to be it's on the left hash. If he's a lefty kicker, that's going to be a hard one to make.
Timeout, Chesapeake.
Right now, Chesapeake takes a timeout with 1:24. Oh, where's the? I think he's a lefty. I left the timeout graphic on there. Might as well just left it on there. Wilbur Thacker, I completely agree, but I think that's what the one call was. And actually, Austin Storms, I believe, is one who actually recovered it. So, there's been a couple things that has gone sideways on the officiating. I mean, even on this drive, that when you're hurdling, I think it's a personal foul. Not 100% certain. It's at least 10 yards. So,
if anyone has lost their cell phone, please meet with Mr. Mater at the scoreboard end of the field.
We'll let you have this. Take a look at it and see.
Please see Mr. Mater at the scoreboard.
He must kick it with his right foot. And this is a field goal to put Chesapeake up. Up and misses it. Missed it. Missed it wide right. And the Hornets with a minute 19 have some life in them, but man, they're going to have to get working on it quick with one timeout. And they'll be working those underneath sideline routes like crazy here. Tracy, that's funny. So, I'm going to say with and the clock's running. I don't know why, because there's a change of possession. Why is the clock running? Why is the clock running? Why is the clock running?
First down, 10.
They didn't hear me, by the way, but everybody up in this section was basically screaming, why is the clock running? And they're going to have to come back and reset the game clock here. Ironton won 38-2. So Hornets down by 7. Here with a minute 16. They're going to say a minute 16. There's at least a minute 19 left. But a minute 16 left, and they're going to have to... they're going to have to... Yeah, minute 19. That's right. Put a minute 19 back on. And then they're going to probably reset the play clock. And there we go. So, We got a minute, 19 seconds left, folks. Good game. Hornets were down by 22 with 8 minutes left to go here. Trying to go downfield. Why is it? Hold on to the ball, young man. He's down to the 40, and that clock's going to stop. 20-yard gain for Joe Abrams. 107 left to go here. And Corey needs to be aware that he can go to his underneath routes. And he's going to spike the ball on first down. The clock is still running. And they're going to run, so they're going to have to put some time back. They're going to have to put time back on the clock here. Hey, Joey Thacker, how's it going, man? Good to see you. And for everybody's coming on, I'm sure that there's plenty of Chesapeake guys here and Cold Grove people welcome. My name's Josh Wheeler. We do this for Cold Grove, so it may sound like we're a home broadcast because we are. At this point in the game, death to Chesapeake. Maybe not death to Chesapeake, but scoring and getting a 2-point conversion would be some pretty awesome stuff here. So it's going to be second down and 10 come up here for the Hornets. Borders back in the shotgun, takes the snap. And Stapleton is going to be hit for just gets back to the 53 seconds left, and it's going to be a timeout. And Stapleton got it. I mean, Stapleton got it pretty hard but I don't know if that's Stapleton or not. I think it is Stapleton. So Stapleton's down, injury timeout right now with 52 seconds left to go. Yeah, I'm not for sure what's going on with the clock, man. And we're at home, Let's see here. Nurse can't handle it. He got a good shot that knocked him right low, and of course that's the only place.
Looking for a lost phone.
That's the only way that you're going to hit. No. I'm sorry. It was not Stapleton. It was Sparks, and Sparks is playing with a strained PCL. Put a brace on it, but he has a strained PCL, and that I'm not for sure how that works, but with the timeouts and injuries, but.
Third down and 10, the ball at the Hornet 40.
But it's 3rd and 10 here, obviously 4 down territory. Borders steps back. And Borders throws an interception. Doesn't set his feet. And that's going to do it, I believe, unless something happens. There's a flag on the play, and it might be for interference. And if that flag is for interference, there's a flag on the play. If that flag is for interference, and let's see what the call is. A personal foul against Cold Grove.
Against the Hornets.
Yep, so that's going to do it here, I think. I think that's going to do it here for tonight. Hornets, again, I think that if they started earlier and started opening things up, that you would have seen a different outcome. And, they gave it the best fighting chance, and they did open it up, but with 8 minutes left, we opened up the offense and we went after it. And you're going to have an interception from time to time. That's fine.
First down 10 for Chesapeake.
But I think next week we've got a grueling schedule coming up with Portsmouth next week and Gallia and then Ironton. And we're going to have to open up the offense and just plan on opening it up from the side, from the very beginning part. So that's going to be it, guys, here for tonight. Hornets give it a good chance, but fortunately they come back, show a little bit of heart, but just not quite enough to get there, and that's going to do it. So Hornets are going to fall 45-38 here at Pattersonville on homecoming. And So one thing that we can all get behind. We're rooting for Ohio State tomorrow against the Buckeyes. So Guys, we'll talk to you later. Appreciate you coming on. My name is Josh Wheeler. We'll see you guys next week as we take on Portsmouth right here in Cold Grove Live. We do have some volleyball games coming up next week as well, so hop on for those things. But besides that, have a great, safe weekend. Root on your Buckeyes, and we'll talk to you soon. See you later.